Blessings, my friend. You know, life feel lighter when you lift up somebody else. Even just a smile can change a man's whole day. We all get a little hurt, we all stumble. But when we hold each other, we stand again. Compassion, that is the real strength. See?
Up on the ground, the government can't say no go so. You understand? Because a whole heap of people.
Some people, we are dealing with some people, so recently, you know, we in an uproar, me in an uproar, my vex. They must say youth them need ID and TRN to get food. That is a youth I say. Then everybody I react to it. You know him not really have no Wi-Fi with him there. You can't watch the video. The one that me had, you know, react to right now. First of all, I just want to say to the general, say, thank you for respond and thanks for give clarity. You feel me I deal with? And me saying every day, say, boy, you never really pre it no way, but we pre it away, bro. The people don't really agree with me. The government say in them articles say, yo, you know what say, and I really say, have to get an ID, they must say an ID for housing. And me I say right now, if I even for housing, repairs are foolishness that car. When them for vote for them, then go for black book and then identify people. So why them can't use the same black book and identify the people them. In I hear them with them there, where council them there, with the MP them there, use them and say, alright, yeah man, we know such and such a fair house that, we know him a film house this, see them house mash up, he needs some help, she needs some help, get them the help. When them come telling about them need ID for even housing, me still about them out same way. But anyway, this about the food and the water. I don't know if you read the article you're saying on the Wi-Fi and them thing, they have your, you know, people have them Starlink and you got the sound of their thing. I understand kind of like that the way they. You see it and the place just devastated. But me I tell them in general, the video out, the thing out there, them say a lie. But me glad you come clear it up now. Because all them need have to do is say, we are going to investigate if you see what I go on. But they make it look like say people out here spread propaganda and a lie people I tell. I saw them try to demonize the vlog of them, you know. And that's why me tag in at the video to make you know, say, yo, brother, make me know exactly what go on. And I tell you straight, me not see you have no reason, my general, for you lie to about some simple thing like that. Me I look upon you, your body language, your countenance. You see me I say, me can read people character, my brother. And I know say you not tell me no lie. You feel me I deal with? So, me want to know, this is a call out to everybody else. But they out there. If you're there chilling, wherever they will not get aid. If you don't have any situation where they are asking you for ID and TRN for collect things, you need to put up a video and tag me in it. We want evidence, because them people are skilling them. You feel me I deal with them, love run out and talk about the people that tell lie. You hear that? That more want to do. We need some video evidence. Alright? That is it.
Now, Jamaica is in trouble, and Jamaica is in such serious trouble, it's not even funny. You know, I give God thanks for the fact that I am one of those persons who gets information, credible information, and I pass it along. I don't mind those who ignore my talks and my warnings. It's very important that the well-thinking Jamaicans listen and follow. I don't have time to mislead people. I hate when people are misled. I like clarity, and I'm one of those who like to provide clarity. I don't like misinformation. I used to jump off stuff when me just hear. But no, I have improved my life. My level of maturity has increased significantly as it relates to information being passed to the public. So when I come out with something, you best believe it's coming from somewhere credible. 28 cases of leptospirosis, more than 2 deaths confirmed. I understand that more than 7 persons have already been killed from carbon monoxide poisoning. That's a poisonous gas that pretty much escapes from generators and some other things in enclosed, if it's enclosed. If it's outside, where it's escaping into the air, whatever, that's better. But once it's inside your, let's say you're inside your bedroom or inside your living room or it's inside the house, and you have the generator inside the house, not on the outside, and you're sleeping and inhaling that poisonous gas, carbon monoxide will kill and has taken 7 lives already in Jamaica. This means that people were not properly educated as to how to set up these things and how to use it. The leptospirosis outbreak that we're having is just one of the many diseases that we knew would break out in Western Jamaica. The government of this country was advised long before, and they should have known this. The director of the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM for short, was questioned by Damien Crawford as to what's happening with the water that you people are bringing. How much water you bring to community X or community Y? Can you tell? No, I don't know. So you don't know how much water community X, Y, or Z get yet? No, we don't know. So what about the food? Well, we know so we give over 115,000 people a care package. But the care package that we give them, it can only last a family for 4 days. Okay, so it's been more than 20 days. So what happened to the other 16 days? What happened to the other 16 days? You don't know. You can't tell me whether or not there was a rotation where every rotation here would mean every 4 days we visit back the same area. We visit back community X, Y, and Z and give them another 4 days supply and give them another 4 days supply so that we can sustain lives. Yeah? So this is why a lot of people are seeing videos and saying, yo, we're not getting no food. Yo, we're not getting nothing. Because there's no proper accountability of how things are being managed. And it is sad to know that at the end of this month, we're going to cut a flipping fat check to give to these people who are supposed to be the leaders that are dealing with the disaster that we have on hand. With the government of Jamaica was told that you need to evacuate the people. If you even Google will tell you that this is one of the first things that you need to do. You need to move the people and when you need to save lives. So when after the disaster of this magnitude, you know the place done, there's nowhere. We need to get these people to a safe environment, and then we need to set up some tents and stuff and have the medical staff come in so that we can tend to persons who would have survived the aftermath of what I believe is one of the most destructive storm that ever passed through the Atlantic or through the Caribbean. Yeah? Now, I'm going to say this. How can you know that there's an outbreak of disease? There's deaths, hundreds of deaths, with people still marooned, and you as the Prime Minister of this country take up your ass and gone down to South Africa for a G20 meeting. You know what the Prime Minister could have done? You delegate. Yeah? So you take up 1 or 2 persons who are not so important right now, and you send them down there to collect the minutes and the data and to give a speech. Write a speech, give them to go down there on behalf of the Prime Minister of Jamaica. The entire world know that you're dealing with a crisis, but you're the captain of the ship. And you're telling me that you have abandoned your ship? Everybody will tell you that the captain is the last person to come on for a ship. Yeah, the captain can't left until everybody all right. You can't left. You're not supposed to left. It don't look good. It is wrong. Because, Andrew, 7 persons have died from carbon monoxide poison. Yeah? Which means that no pamphlet, no education was put out about the usage of these things. Right? And you're giving generators to people who right now don't have no electricity, no device to connect to find out what's happening on the air. So if one is given out, I am not saying that the persons who have died, they died from the generators that you gave out. But I am saying with the fact that you people have what is called parish disaster coordinators, people that we pay, that the government pay to coordinate things, to organize, to be efficient on the ground, to let us know who is marooned from who is not, who got food from who did not, who need water from who not have no water. It's simple, you know? It's simple. Parish disaster coordinators and the flipping councillor them. You have councillor, you have mayor, you have parish disaster coordinators. So how is it you as the head of the Office of Disaster Preparedness Management, you manage, you're the director, you sat in the flipping parliament and you cannot tell whether or not community X, Y, and Z that you brought food to, if they got a second rotation, a third, a fourth, you don't know nothing, you don't know how much water has been given out in particular in community A, B, or C. So let me tell the persons who don't know what's about to happen. You see, the diseases that are about to break out, including malaria and dengue, that caused from mosquito, because they're pockets of water, they're bodies of water, and these things breed on it. Now with the rats that are down there, the rats are peeing in almost every water because of that they do. As them drink, them piss, and them piss in the water. And because we at the Office of Disaster and Preparedness Management don't know who get clean water from who get dirty water. We don't know. We don't know. Who get water from who not get? Who get food from who not get? We can't go keep check of how many persons are about to be infected with leptospirosis. Because the truth is, these people are not seeing the government. It's not properly organized. And we were not evacuated to a safe area like the National Stadium or the hotels, so we could have known where we're going. Yeah? And that way we wouldn't have had people in the communities. I catch water where rat pissing up. I catch water where the rat them pissing up. Yeah? Let me tell you this. A lot more people are about to die. And the government must be charged for genocide by neglect. All the persons must be charged by genocide by neglect. You've neglected the people. You've neglected your responsibility to take the necessary actions that happens immediately after a disaster, which is to evacuate the people and to set up proper medical system. Now we're not going to put out reports and attack what people should do to prevent leptospirosis, and if they see these signs and symptoms, they must quickly get to a doctor, hospital. Which doctor and which hospital I work down the side there? It's a disaster zone. Which doctor down there I work? How much doctor don't put on the ground? Huh? How much tent to set a medical tent for people to get looked after? Tetanus, people who are being stuck by rusty nail and zinc and stuff. There are cases of tetanus down there. One of the ladies that I evacuated that is here, she got stuck by a nail. I took her to the doctor. It's videotaped here on my channel to make sure that she's alright. Right now she alright. The other one that was here, she had to go to the doctor too, because apparently the dirty water that she was using down there, it affected her private area, and I got her medical attention. How many more Jamaicans are down there like that you left on the rubble, around dead bodies and dead carcasses, around rats that are breeding up like crazy down there? So in the perfect environment for all these outbreaks, malaria, mosquitoes, all kind of stuff. Let me tell you something. May God have mercy. May God have mercy.
We need to watch this.
Researchers are creating their own storms in a state-of-the-art lab. It could end up saving lives. Mark, good morning.
Good morning. This tank gives scientists and the rest of us a view no one has ever had before. What a hurricane's power looks like at water level as it storms ashore. In just 2 minutes, scientists here can take calm waters and turn them into a monster hurricane.
The wind is gradually getting stronger and stronger as it's coming up here, and it's ramping up to a Category 5. It's probably about a Category 3 right now.
This 75-foot-long tank is the first simulator in the world capable of creating a Category 5 hurricane over water. Brian House is the director of the University of Miami's new laboratory at the Rosenstiel School of Marine and Atmospheric Science. What was it like when you cranked it up the first time, full blast?
It was stunning. I mean, it was it was chilled.
Nearly 40,000 gallons of seawater fill this tank. House uses a computer program and a single 1,700 horsepower fan to whip wind speeds up to 157 miles per hour.
This tank is the largest wind wave facility in the world. We can generate an extreme Category 5.
So which one is it? Is it Hurricane Melissa or is it Operation Popeye? Maybe a lot of you don't know what Operation Popeye is, right? A lot of you might not believe that they are seed in the clouds to cause flood in certain areas, because like I said, with war you need to know earth, air, water and fire, and this is something that they use also in the Vietnam War 1967, right? Because you can use it to flood certain areas so you can have control over, especially like the trade routes. I know right now Venezuela have a pipeline, you know, with the Russian thing, right? So the real thing that they're not talking about is why all of this military presence in the Caribbean waters. What's happening in the Caribbean waters now? You know what a red herring is, right? So oil and minerals, all of these are red herrings. This is not the reason why these people are going to war. It's just like what happened with Iraq and all of these countries. What they did not want is, it was not about the mineral in the earth. They wanted to install Rothschild central bank in these countries. So they destabilize them and control them and install the bank. So now once they have control, once they have their banking system in your country, it does not matter who sits in that seat. So as long as there's a central bank in your country, those same families control your country. Doesn't matter who your prime minister or your president or your chancellor is. That's what this is about. And the last country they wanted to get was Iran. They can't get it. They tried to move through Syria to move closer to Iran, but they lost there because what? Russia went inside there. So America had to pack up all their military stuff, millions of dollars, and they just had to run. They not even could have saved their equipment. Those are millions of dollars. So what's happening in Venezuela right now? You think they care about the oil? Really? Russia. Alright, let me say this first. In the New Testament, it says, when you see Jerusalem compassed with soldiers, which was the Roman army, you need to run to the mountains. Right now, where Jerusalem is the place where the Hebrews dwell. And right now, most of the Hebrews are over here in the Western world. Right? So what happened is, this is not the Roman army this time. This is the hunters that are hunting the Roman army. Right? So the hardest thing for them to do is win a battle on their own ground. You see, it's easy to go on foreign lands, to conquer foreign lands and win war over in foreign lands. But they've never been attacked in their own land. And this is what's happening. They have all of these military superpowers in their backyard. You understand? Venezuela has the Buck M2 system. Venezuela has the Buck M2 system from Russia. And what happens with Russia is, once they give you a military device or whatever, they're going to have their soldiers there to help operate the system. Right? So that's exactly what's happening, just like with Iran. So Russia is there, China is there, Iran is there. All of those superpowers are there in their backyard. They cannot afford that. This is why all this big military. You really think they need all these warships for cartels? Really? Come on, we saw what happened in Jamaica in 2010. That man has one of the biggest deal. He controls even the Central and South America. It was not just in England and America and Jamaica. That man was, he had many links. He controlled many different things. They don't care. They don't need all of these warships for that. Now they're in Trinidad. What do you think they're trying to do? They're scared. They're driving fear in the people, and they themselves are scared because they've never had to deal with what? Military powers in their backyard. And that's what this whole thing is about. So think about this so-called storm that's coming. You see, it's already justified already. What they say, every 37 years, Jamaica has a major hurricane. Well, I don't know beyond Gilbert, right? And I don't know about that history. But what I'm saying is, and I don't know who's there to prove that, to dig up 37 years before 1988 to see that major hurricane. But it's justified. So whatever they're doing with this hurricane that has been sitting out there very obedient for about 2 weeks, and all now we cannot reach Jamaica. Oh, it's traveling so slow. No, that sounds like something is controlled. They cannot pick up where the Russians are and what they're putting in Venezuela. That's the problem. America is in fear right now. Their currency is under threat. Their economy is under threat because of the debt and everything. And if you want to know about any kingdom collapse, the first thing is always the economy. The military spending, the military things far away from home, all of that comes down in high expenses. And you know what happens? It goes into the citizens of the country. High interest rates and all of these things. Why you think cost of living is you can hardly afford cost of living now. You are being forced to do 2 or 3 jobs. You are being forced to do 2 or 3 jobs to keep up with what's going on. You're going into depression, everything you can think of. Because you're confused now, you're frustrated, you don't know what else to do, you don't know how to survive anymore. So first, this economic collapse, this economy has to collapse first. And that's what's going to happen on the inside. Then what happens? Civil war, the place is going to be in confusion. And you cannot fight a war with outside forces when there's a disruption going on in your country. You will never win that war. And that's exactly what's happening to America. It's just like when, they man them, when them grow on and then go at people yard and do whatever, they feel powerful because they are the hunters. But when soldier and police come and they become the hunted, the table turn. Right? So this is exactly what happened to America. They're out in the South China Sea. They're everywhere trying to contain communism. Now guess what? Communism is at the back door. Military presence is at their back door. What are they going to do? They're the ones living in fear now. Whenever America made their presence anywhere, it's about their interests, not about the people. It's just like some years ago, Obama came here, right? Why did he come? What was Obama's visit here? What was the purpose? You see, what people don't understand? Jamaica and Venezuela are like this in this oil business, right? When Jamaica was going through their crisis, Venezuela helped them bail us out, right? Obama came to sow a seed to turn us from Venezuela. I think they had a deal where I think Jamaica has 51% in the oil thing and Venezuela 49%, something of that sort. Venezuela going through their crisis, Jamaica turned their back on them. Why do you think Jamaica is like the head of CARICOM? Because Jamaica and America is like this. Jamaica is a very key point in this whole Western thing. If you remember when the 1812 war with Britain and USA, they thought Britain was gonna attack them from Canada. No, they used Jamaica. So this is the only place that America cannot afford to lose in the Caribbean. They don't care about what's that place where the lady turned to she is now a Republican type of country. I don't remember that place, but they don't care about these things. Jamaica is a stronghold for America, and they can't afford to lose it. Remember, the Prime Minister visit China for about 9 days, you know, right? And then Al Tapia say, yo, he need to tell the people them, because guess what, I know we don't know what go China go do. But some deal make, because China them get some land and something too. So some deal have to make. You understand? Then what happen now? We don't know what Donald Tapia, what Andrew Holness, what kind of conversation he have with the Americans them again now. Afterwards, Donald Tapia come back and say, yo, we in Jamaica is like this. You understand? We are friends from long time. That means that something again transpire. The Prime Minister still not come out and talk about all of these things. Jamaica citizens don't know. You understand? This reminds me of the movie Woman King, when after the women then come back from war and the people were cheering them on, and the lady was saying to the other lady, hey, look at these people. And she was saying, hey, they don't know when war is coming. This is where we are today, the citizens. We don't know when war is coming. We don't know anything about war. We're not equipped. We don't have any knowledge, anything about war. These people are prepared. If there's a little pan of water right there, you know what they do? They get some excavator and dig it out and put some fish there. They're leaving for survival. Look at us today. Preparing for a hurricane, what? Storming supermarkets, eating unalive food. Oh, we have a refrigerator now, so we can eat all of those things. Back then, how did you live? You have somebody come by, you just go on at the back, you slaughter a goat or a cow or some birds, whatever it is, and you eat it fresh. The blood just draining out of it fresh. You understand? You store food for how much days because you have a refrigerator. We didn't do that. There's only one time we eat stored foods. And we have to go by the moon. So we do it on the 6th day. That's the only time we store foods. A fresh food we eat like the Chinese. Even though them eat all type of, but they get the point, they eat fresh foods. They rather go out there so catch a bird, catch this. They ask the Jamaican, hey, catch some parbas, pay a $5,000, probably price gone up now, 8,000. You understand? But the real point is what's happening here with all these military presence is way bigger than what they're trying to put out. They're covering something. And this is not a war for minerals in the earth. This is a country under threat, under military threat. Because nobody has done this before. It's just like when Hannibal was entering into Rome, marching through the Alps. Who dares to go on Roman soil to make war with them? You have to be out of your mind to do that. Well, Putin is the new Hannibal, and America is a representation of Mother Rome. The war is coming home to the West. People, you can't go work enough to maintain cost of living. The only thing right now, gather food, plant food, have access to food. You understand? Because when hunger drives you to madness, it's a whole different thing. Unite, come together for a common purpose. Who have lands, do what you need to do. Lead a team, lead a tribe, lead a household, lead a community, and that's where the thing is. We have to prepare for what is to come. It is inevitable. Alright. And you have to know your tribes. We talk about certain things already. We have 2 different tribes of people in Jamaica. Know your tribe. Know your tribe. Because I tell you, so when the day come, everybody have to pick side. No matter what you identify as, you have to pick a side. Just like all the countries today have to pick a side. Either you're with Russia, either you're with the communists, or you're with the the American people. You have to pick a side, because these are the days where the loyalty is going to be tested. And most of the times, their way of testing loyalty is for you to betray your brother. That's how you keep friendship with Rome, which is today America. You have to betray your brother to prove your allegiance to the American empire. Just like you see Jamaica. They will have to betray all the members of the CARICOM just to be American favorite. And us as a citizen, we are the ones going to suffer the consequences. Because no matter what deal our Prime Minister make, you will never hear this in a press conference. As me say, we still don't know what I'm doing in China. We still don't know what kind of conversation him and Donald Tapia them have. First thing, no military suit man is supposed to come down here and check no Prime Minister. You come down in a jacket suit. You understand? All of these flights and all of these things, 600 officials, high-end officials sit down in a Venezuela right now. How we go? 2 from Russia, 200 from Iran, 200 from China. These people are in there. They're sitting in Venezuela. America don't know what's going on, and that's what driving the mind to madness. You know, when you're ignorant to something, you can't make sense of it because you don't have any evidence. The mind is trying to figure out. So what? Fear and panic sets in. I've said so much on this. It's like 15 minutes now. I gotta stop.
Let me tell you this bomb buckler. I see Fox News in Jamaica come to go report on Storm on update. Let me tell you how America stay on some of them blood clot country. They have something they call cloud seeding. And me feel say they push them a build a storm here, you know. And they might build a storm, but then they build a storm and the storm not done. That's why they tell you say Saturday the storm come because they go put more seed in the cloud. A cloud seeding they call it. You have to put this in the cloud and make it stay there for a couple of hours and then it thing get ripe and then turn in a bomb buckler storm. Go suck on the mama Fox News and the whole on will sell out the bomb buckler about if you move off of the island. Go suck on the mother wall house we live in at. None of their house and I jack down and just little 1 and 2 board house. So when you little pussy will catch up in a board house and broke and go find some go blood clot. Because if I go dead after because when you live a river area, and live side I see on blood clot move. But when no blood clot listen, you hear Fox News I want like a criminal news team, you know. So if you see Fox News at Jamaica, they know about the blood clot cloud seed.
Anybody else feel like there is just something totally off with this storm? For those who have the spirit of discernment, you'll be able to tell. You'll be able to tell when things move according to a natural process and when it's not. There's a thing called cloud seeding that they have developed, and this allows men to manipulate the weather. Now take for instance this storm. It has decided to walk directly through Jamaica. Not only that, the development of it is totally off key. A Cat 1, Cat 2, Cat 3, Cat 4, and now Cat 5. Like suddenly. And it has decided to move at the slowest possible rate. Now I implore you guys, you see for the rest of your life that you have here on this earth, while we can pray, there is something else that we're going to need to survive. It all depends on how much money you have. I implore each and every one of you, make as much money as you possibly can now. This is the only way you will have a chance later on in the future. The whole ordeal for the plans of evil and darkness is to kill, steal, and destroy. And their intent is to do that. While we can pray, there is going to be substance that will be needed. Make as much money as you possibly can. Start now.
St. Elizabeth, several years ago, I had mentioned that Jamaica needs to purpose build a city. We haven't really purpose built a city. We have never done it. Certainly not since colonial times. Maybe Spanish Town was the only purpose built city. And I had tasked the UDC to identify the area that would be best suited for the development of the third city. 2 areas were in close competition. And I'm not going to say specifically where, because that is going to just unleash, you don't want people to go and start to buy land and stake claim, and then you can't do what you need to do. So we don't give the details as to where.
Yo, people, I have some questions I need to ask of the government. And more ask, why is there a media blackout of what is happening down in Westmoreland? Why a Bushamark have to come tell you how much people dead down in Westmoreland, then that them house as well and a dead, stink and a bus? Why a Bushamark have to show us what is going on in Westmoreland? Now more I know, why is there a media cover-up? Why is the media not flying overhead down in Westmoreland with their drone, with their equipment, and come show us what is happening? Why is the JDF not fully deployed? Right? Meaning trucks, tanks, bulldozer, down there. That's what they're trained for. Why has the Prime Minister not been physically on the ground? We hear the argument, but we don't believe the argument there. Because guess what? You don't need to come out. You can fly overhead, document what you see, and then go back and make the calls to action. Why is the country open? During COVID, we locked down the country for nothing at all. And now, there is a real disaster. Jamaica is in a state of disaster. And we don't lock down the country. Honestly, so many people are dead. Say it will cause probably cholera and them think that if it is not addressed quickly. So me I call upon those in power to address it. Where is the Commonwealth? Where is China? China, we don't have enough people out here now. Yeah, enough people. I want to run the food supply in Jamaica, and I want to run the supermarket, grocery store, and the wholesale them. Where is China respond to the tragedy, to the disaster in Jamaica? Me have to ask them question here. Zin, I really want to know why the government is trying to hide from the world the tragedy, the disaster, the chaos where they are Jamaica. When I try to blame the media man because him taught the truth. Well, what he has said has come to pass. And we have one last question. Where was the lightning? And why a people in St. Elizabeth complain that when them come out in the rain was like acid burning them skin? Andrew, God not sleep. Remember me tell you that.
Yeah. Volunteer causes, What's up on my finger? Yeah. Jesus.
and cry, but we still rise, still rise. Jamaica strong. Melissa kept no friend fall. She tear down the place, mash up the wall. But still we there, still we stand tall. Cause love never dead, it conquer all. Mama pray, the picnic them hold tight. Darkness come, but we find the light. From the countryside to Kingston, we sing it loud. Jamaica strong, Jamaica strong. We rise again from the flood, from the pain. One love, one blood, one name. We rebuild again, we no shame. Jamaica strong, my people brave. Every tear become a wave. We pray, we heal, we move as one. Cause God and love bring back the sun.
Yeah, man, I tell you. I watch some of the video that I come from the yard now. I know where I see what really happened. I'm going to tell you, say, anything we can do for help, bro. And make sure we do it, brother. Tell them to pay the bills and stay for a little bit, brother. The place stay bad, bro. I know where I see the images that come out. We know it's bad, but I mean, some people are hungry. People are starved right now. We have to help Jamaica, bro. I tell you, tears are rolling my eyes, brother. Because I see the hurt of my people, brother. I love Jamaica, bro. I tell you, man, that as a fight for Jamaica, we have to see what we can do, bro. I tell you. I call on all of the artists, them, the gospel fraternity. We try, no matter how small it is. I mean, everybody have them bills and have them money, have things to pay for and all them things, and them own responsibility, but we have to help out. All right, my brethren, see them at the station, bro. I never was at church stay bad, man. It wasn't bad, but when I see people show the videos, them know a comfort of the community. Well, man, I tell them, I feel the pain of the people, them, bro. Whatever little we can do, me I go do it, you know. I tell you.
No road, no no, man. So hold on, so never want to go and go Erin. This is how we would have drive come across from the bridge to I think look here. No, sir.
Interfering in the sovereign affairs of another nation under the guise of moral crusade. Every nation must consider the consequences of its choices.
The people of Jamaica, I speak today not as a man under threat, nor as a leader seeking applause. I speak as a son of Africa, who has watched too many of Jamaicans across the seas being spoken for, ruled for, and now spoken against in the language of fear and misunderstanding. A few days ago, a message was broadcast from Kingston, Jamaica, a speech by Prime Minister Andrew Holness in which my name and the name of Burkina Faso were mentioned with suspicion and warning. The words were carefully chosen, calm on the surface, but sharp beneath. And yet, I understood them. Because when a man speaks with measured calm while defending a broken system, it is not peace that speaks through him, it is fear. Let me first make something clear. I did not speak to Jamaica to interfere in its politics. I spoke to Jamaica because history has already tied us together. The chains that left Africa centuries ago did not dissolve in the Atlantic. They stretched, and they anchored themselves in the Caribbean. My words were not weapons, they were mirrors. I did not speak to overthrow a government. I spoke to awaken a people. If that has caused discomfort, then perhaps it is not my voice that disturbs, but the echo of truth that follows it. For centuries, Africa has been told to remain silent, to watch quietly while the sons and daughters stolen from her were taught to see their motherland as distant, dark, and defeated. And when, at last, Africa speaks not through guns or coercion, but through love and remembrance, we are told, again, to be silent. Prime Minister Holness said I was meddling in Jamaican affairs. But I ask you,
When a man reminds another of his roots, is that interference? When a son calls to a brother who has been separated for 400 years, is that political manipulation? I say no. That is not politics. That is memory. That is blood speaking to blood. I must defend not only my government, but the dignity of my people. Burkina Faso does not seek conflict with Jamaica, nor with any Caribbean nation. We are fighting our own war, not against nations, but against the lingering ghosts of colonial control. We are fighting for the right to think freely, to govern without permission, to live without begging. When I spoke to the Caribbean, I spoke as a leader who has seen what independence truly costs. It costs misunderstanding. It costs isolation. It costs the anger of those who benefit from your obedience. I understand that burden, and I do not fault Andrew Holness for his words, because in truth, he does not speak entirely for himself. Many leaders do not. They speak the language of those who feed them. It is not a crime to be afraid of losing power, but it is dangerous to trade dignity for it. The true enemy is not Ibrahim Traoré, nor Burkina Faso, nor any African nation seeking its freedom. The true enemy is the invisible hand that still guides too many governments, the institutions that lend money with one hand and take sovereignty with the other. Prime Minister Holness warned against foreign influence.
My fellow Jamaicans, brothers and sisters across the African continent, distinguished members of the international community, and most importantly, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, President of the Transitional Government of Burkina Faso.
All ladies and gentlemen, they call me Eduardo. Now, this is the video where Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, apologized to Ibrahim Traoré. I don't want to talk too much. I just want you to watch this video till the end. So watching it, be commenting your opinion and be sharing it. God bless you.
I come before you with a heart that is heavy, but also open. I come not to speak as a man defending himself, but as a leader willing to acknowledge fault. And I come not to diminish my office, but to honor it by admitting a truth that all leaders at some point in their journey must face. Sometimes we misspeak, sometimes we misjudge, and sometimes we must apologize. Several weeks ago, in a live broadcast, I used the word dictator to describe Captain Ibrahim Traoré. That single word has echoed far beyond my intention. It has stirred emotions, fueled debates, and created tension between Jamaica and Burkina Faso, two nations whose histories should unite them, not divide them. And tonight, I am here to say plainly and sincerely, I regret those words. I take responsibility for them, and I offer my heartfelt apology. When I spoke that day, I spoke with conviction. I spoke as a leader who believes deeply in the values of democracy, values that Jamaica has held close for decades. I spoke from a place of concern, but I failed to speak from a place of understanding. Conviction without compassion is dangerous. Principles without perspective can wound. And in calling Captain Traoré a dictator, I crossed the line between principle critique and personal disrespect. It was not my role to reduce a fellow leader, especially one facing immense challenges in his homeland, to a single word that carries such weight, such judgment, and such finality. Yes, I believe in democracy. Yes, I believe in elections, in parliaments, in institutions that protect the will of the people. But I also believe in respect. Respect for the paths that nations choose. Respect for the burdens leaders carry, and respect for the struggles that shape their choices. Captain Traoré, in my choice of words, I failed to extend that respect, and for that, I am sorry. To the people of Burkina Faso, you are a nation of resilience. You are a people who have endured colonization, coups, poverty, and the ongoing threat of violent extremism. And yet, you stand proud, you stand tall. You continue to fight for a future that is free, independent, and dignified. Your leader, Captain Traoré, took power in a time of crisis. He is young, yes, but he is bold. He faces a reality most of us cannot imagine, an ongoing war with forces that seek to destabilize and destroy. While the world debates, he acts. While others hesitate, he makes decisions. I may not share his methods, I may not embrace his path, but I must recognize his courage. And I must respect the fact that his people look to him not only as a ruler, but as a symbol of their fight for sovereignty. When I labeled him a dictator, I failed to honor that reality. I spoke too quickly, too harshly, without the humility that every leader owes to another who walks the hard road of governance. My fellow Jamaicans, I also owe you this truth. Leadership is not about never making mistakes. Leadership is about admitting them when they happen and correcting them before they cause further harm. When I called Captain Traoré a dictator, I did so with the belief that I was defending democracy. But in doing so, I risked damaging Jamaica's reputation as a nation of respect, as a nation that values dialogue over division, and as a nation that stands for unity among the peoples of the global South. We are a small island, but we are a proud one. Our voice on the international stage matters, and when we use that voice carelessly, the world listens not to our wisdom, but to our mistakes. Tonight, I want Jamaicans to know this. Your Prime Minister is not above apology. Your Prime Minister is not above reflection. And your Prime Minister is not too proud to say, I was wrong. To Africa, our ancestral home, our mother continent, I extend this apology with even deeper sincerity. Jamaica is tied to Africa by blood, by history, by spirit. The chains of slavery that bound our ancestors were forged in Africa. The songs of freedom that carried us through struggle were inspired by Africa. And the strength that keeps us alive today flows from the same river that nourishes you. How then could I, as the leader of a nation built on the resilience of Africans, use words that divide rather than unite? How could I, even in defense of democracy, fail to show empathy to a brother leader navigating storms beyond my imagination? I do not take lightly the pain my words may have caused across the continent, and I stand before you to repair, not to wound, to build, not to break. Some will ask, why apologize? Why retract words once spoken? Isn't it weakness? No, it is strength. It is strength to stand firm when you are right, but it is even greater strength to step back when you are wrong. Pride may win applause in the moment, but humility builds trust for generations. I apologize, not because I was forced, not because I was pressured, but because it is right, and because the relationship between Jamaica and Africa is too important to be clouded by careless words. Captain Traoré, allow me to speak to you directly. I may not walk your path, but I respect the road you travel. I may not lead your people, but I respect the burden you carry. I acknowledge your courage in standing against forces that seek to weaken your nation. I acknowledge your determination to assert independence in a world where small nations are often pressured and dismissed. And I acknowledge that while we may disagree, I should never have dismissed your leadership with a single word. I extend my hand to you not as an adversary, but as a brother, not as a critic, but as a fellow leader. I hope you will accept this apology, not as weakness, but as an invitation to dialogue, to partnership, to mutual respect. What do I hope comes from this apology? I hope it sparks a deeper conversation between Jamaica and Burkina Faso. I hope it reminds the world that our nations, though small in size, are large in spirit and capable of setting an example of humility and reconciliation. I hope it reminds leaders everywhere that words matter, that we must wield them carefully, not recklessly. That in an age where every statement is amplified across the globe, humility is no longer optional, it is essential. And most of all, I hope it builds a bridge between Kingston and Ouagadougou, a bridge between the Caribbean and Africa, a bridge strong enough to withstand the storms of politics, built not on pride, but on respect. My fellow Jamaicans, citizens of Burkina Faso, members of the global community, tonight I stand before you not as a man without fault, but as a man willing to admit fault. To Captain Ibrahim Traore, I say again, I am sorry. To the people of Burkina Faso, I am sorry. To the people of Jamaica, I am sorry. To Africa, to the Caribbean, to the world, I am sorry. May we move forward not with resentment, but with reconciliation. Not with division, but with dialogue. Not with arrogance, but with humility. Because in the end, leadership is not about always being right. It is about always striving to do what is right. Thank you. May God bless Jamaica.
That's why they want to lock them now, because through me tell the police and me tell the people them say don't take the vaccine. So the vaccine thing make us see them try to kidnap me now. This is unconstitutionally. I'm not a Jamaican citizen. Yes, I'm aware of the rights a long time. They say the vaccine kill off even police colleagues on them tape up a cancer spring up a OSP. So OSP. No, we know we have
document you have to explain
no,
to
the judge herself no said the vaccine through the police them are wise up and them say LA Lewis and what them.
My Cosmic Soul Tribe family, those who are in America, in Jamaica, from today until November the 30th, please do limited movement. A drastic purge is taking place in the Caribbean, and America is closing its border. Jamaica is closing its border. Many other countries in the Caribbean are closing their border using different strategies and techniques because a great purge is about to take place. You are warned. Don't be like unlearned people. Shift with the shift. When they lock down, you know what to do. Keep this.
Are you kidding me? The whole board is red. All of it canceled. I've got to be in New York Monday morning. I work. I got kids. I got a whole family waiting on me. And y'all shutting everything down like we don't exist.
The cargo, right? And when the cargo come out and we start looking at the cargo, Starlink missing, stove missing, all kind of ras bomber, ras clotting, blood clot missing, and the barrel them half empty. See, nothing ever happened to Kingston. There's no reason for nobody at Kingston for your thief, nothing from the people of Jamaica. You understand me? But a sound stay on have a dirty, crowbait, reptobate, blood clot mentality, to break my fucking heart. You understand me? I should have come in and come go to some scandal back because of that on the blood clot deserve. You know? You see it? Right? We don't have no clout and we know that the people have been dire streets. So we have got thief and poor people and thief and people who go through such a hard time. Who are broken at the barrel. Broken at the barrel, and so we ask a question. Where is the oversight? Where are the security measures? Because you can't go through the airport and fart. So how somebody leave the airport with so much things, all these things where these packages come tampered with. Right? And you think that nice? A whole lot of people up here, Barrington flying, it's a plane that come to Jamaica, come go to things and crash. So Barrington make 2 flights, them fly Monday and them fly Tuesday. 2 big rascal cargo plane. Only for no say, when we open the package, everything tampered, everything, what I do, we don't really deal with. We can't continue, so. We cannot continue like this. It's painful. Because we're up on the battlefield, I'm and even I'm from man, I run up and down and I meet people left, right and center to secure something for my nation. Right?
Oh, me not secure. When it just hurt my feelings, the blood clot. I don't have no idea. Me not talk the common people. Me talk the thief. The money with them with the Norman man, the airport. Okay? Because when the cargo plane and they say it land, right? And the amount of things you're missing, my people, it hurt me very fucking hard. I treat them blood clot. If you cut me, don't find a drop of blood. Right? For what?
Hurricane Melissa was a human-made weapon, and where it destroyed Jamaica the most is exactly where they will build a smart city with new technologies and AI within the years to come. My name is J. Yilmaz Silgin, and I am Jamaican and Turkish, but on my Jamaican side, I am a descendant of Saint Elizabeth, specifically Balaclava content. Now, the reason I say all of this is because I want Jamaicans to be aware of what just happened. Now I know some of them, a lot of them are, but a lot of them don't know. And a lot of them will probably be asked by people to sell their land where their ancestry and bloodline has been for so long. Do not sell it. Do not sell nothing. I don't care how destroyed it is. I don't care how much of a mess it is. Do not sell. That's what they want you to do. After this hurricane has now been gone, they want you and expect you to feel sad, which is normal, but they expect you to feel sad and you don't know what to do and you're confused. And then that's when they come and say, hey, you know, we'll buy your land. You know, I know it's a mess. We'll take care of it. We'll still pay. You know, you can go live somewhere else on the other side of the island. Don't do it. That's what they want you to do, right? And for everyone watching, I am raising money to donate to those who are in need. I am donating to my village back in St. Elizabeth, Balaclava, yeah? And I'm gonna help as many people as possible, and I will not fail, and I will not sit here in the UK and do nothing and just pray. Yes, I love God, yes, I pray every day, but prayer is not enough. If you want God to bless you, you must help yourself and take action. That hurricane was human-made. It's come and gone now. The smart city will come. The new resorts will come, right? They will extract natural resources. They've just discovered that Jamaica has like oil and gold nearby. That's all gonna come in place. But you know what we can do as a people? What we can do and what we will do is number one, stick together, right? Number two, make everyone aware of what's going on. And number three, build. We will not sit here and do nothing. We will not sit here and complain. We will build. We will plan and we will build. It will take time, but it will get done regardless.
It is a shame and disgrace how the Jamaican government has been responding to this catastrophe. Shame and disgrace. You should have shame on yourself. You leave it to private citizens, corporate donors, donor agencies from Jamaica and abroad. What you say? Are them for do it? And the government for do it. And this meeting with Ramesh was nothing but a public relations gimmick. Prime Minister, now is not the time for PR. We don't need no PR. Because we don't know where you set up the cameras. Set up Ramesh, sit down in a chair, record everything, edit it, and put it out. Where that for? We don't need that.
Ready? Press him on.
Jamaica. This is Old Harbour Bay, fishing village. Old Harbour, I'm born and I have a message that I have to tell you now. What? There's a earthquake that should be coming to Jamaica, to Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and to most of the Eastern Caribbean islands within 45 to 60 days since Hurricane Melissa passed. Yeah? Since Hurricane Melissa passed. I'm going to say this to you people. Take the warning. I want to listen. The people who are monitoring what's happening because the seabed, Melissa disrupted the seabed. You have a channel. You have a channel in the Puerto Rico, where in the sea from Puerto, they call the Puerto Rico channel. The channel has been cracked open much more. The crack is so deep that they are saying Mount Everest, which is the tallest mountain in the world, can fit into the crack and still have 1,000 feet left above. It can fit in there and 1,000 feet left, same way, space left. What this is saying is that don't take this lightly. Some of you don't want to hear when people are telling you something that is coming on the fields of people about doom and gloom. A lot of persons who died, unfortunately, in the aftermath of Melissa is because they did not listen and hear, so they could go to higher ground. Everybody feels that they can pray to God and everything will be all right. And that lot of that, our spiritual craziness get to a lot of us. Some of us are spiritual fanatics. I am sending a message to the people when me care about in an Old Harbor along the coastal lines right across the length and breadth of Jamaica. The scientists who are monitoring this thing, even them very scared of what is about to happen. The minimum in terms of what will be registered for the earthquake is a 7.5 magnitude on the Richter scale. That's a minimum. They are very concerned because the thing is very organized. The crack, they say, it's just like when you break one glass and the glass just keep cracking and going away. That's what's happening in the Caribbean seabed. You no need to listen what this is saying, or what I am thinking if I was the government of this country. Find out the areas in the country, send all of the specialists, ask for international help to check the areas that have sinkholes that could possibly have entire communities submerged underwater. I understand from what the scientists have said that in Puerto Rico they could experience a tsunami wave of up to 50 to 60 feet. 50 to 60 feet, and that is like 5 to 6 buildings on top of one another, 5 to 6 stories. That is the extent of the wave that they are expecting to pass over Puerto Rico. Dominican Republic is even gonna be in a worse shape because apparently, based on how the tectonic plates and the crack, the seabed crack, this is not my area of expertise, so forgive me if I don't know the right terminologies, but maybe basically a paraphrase from what I read and listened to, and me pass the message to Uno as how me understand it. The Dominican Republic, it has come from the south and from the north over there, and it's possible that them could lose millions of people because of the tsunami that is coming. Jamaica, for the love of God, please listen. This is not something where them think might happen. Based on their calculation, it has to happen. As to how much, what the intensity is going to be, as to how much lands and communities will be flattened, we don't know. This is not to send people into shockwave mode, but the government of this country needs to come together. The two of uno, PMP and Labour right, uno put away on a dirty nasty this in the parliament, uno come together and figure out how uno gonna move the people them from low-lying areas, get the people them from now. Uno have days and weeks to prepare. Uno have days and weeks to prepare. The meteorological center out there with the information, uno go look for it for yourself. My job is to not just be an alarmist, but to make sure that we can preserve as many lives as possible. The earthquake is going to hit between 45 to 60 days since Melissa. It has messed up the seabed and it's coming. There's no question. It has come. prepare on yourselves. The time when someone on on TikTok, I criticize and I tear down people and I chat all kind of shit. On worthless, on that get yourself together and on make sure so on start to help to evacuate our brothers and sisters who are in areas of trouble. Manners and respect. Yeah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. Prepare yourself.
Jamaica will not prepare themselves in no digital Andrew. You make Illuminati use you too much. I'm tired of you and this blasted digital rubbish. We don't want it. It's got too much control on our have.
My video about the new Kingston Smart City project and how Hurricane Melissa was quite literally the perfect storm to begin the project got taken down, so I'm going to try this again. Yes, there are plans for a smart city in Kingston, Jamaica starting in 2030. And yes, the United States is already funding these plans to the tune of $100
Prime Minister Andrew Holiness wishes came true. The deal with the devil. Listen carefully.
Well, Prime Minister Andrew Holmes, welcome to Jerusalem. It's good to see you and your delegation. I think this is the first visit ever by a Prime Minister of Jamaica to Israel, so it has a double significance for us. Our relations are always friendly. We appreciate the fact that you didn't join the recent vote against Israel, absurd vote in UNESCO. But quite beyond that, we're talking about extending our cooperation. We just did for just the brief few minutes that we spoke. I could see all the potential for cooperation in a variety of fields that relate to economy, to security, to technology, and this is something that we eagerly are interested in doing with you. There is a natural affinity between us. We're both democracies. We each have our own challenges, but we flourish under challenge, and we'll be able to, I think, to provide a better future for our people if we cooperate. And this visit is a hallmark of cooperation.
Jamaica once again condemns the heinous October 7, 2023 attack on Israel.
Welcome to Owen Allen Media. Andrew Holness Sell Out Jamaica, addressing the 88th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York.
Proof, this is proof. See where it come from there. See where it come from? Yeah. Proof. First me see there now. Yeah, look how he dig out it. You know.
This is where you're sleeping now? Where were you staying before? It was a 4x4. Before? 4 apartments. 4 apartments here. Before. What you need to make it a little better, you know, to make a nice place for you to stay. You need some wood, you know? You need some wood. And some zinc. Wood and some zinc. You have a phone? Yeah, it's not working now. It's not working now. Okay. 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 So we're gonna do a little thing. So you have to buy some wood and buy a little, you know, little zinc. She's the one that saw, you know, she's the one that saw. Nah, don't cry. Stay strong. Stay strong. Don't cry.
We're gonna help you, okay?
Don't cry. Don't cry.
We definitely are.
Don't cry. We were driving by. She said, I saw a man go under this. She said it. So we said on our way back, we're gonna make sure we stop by. Don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. Stay strong. Stay strong. Could have worse, you know? It could have worse. It could have been worse. Yes. It's good? Yeah. Yeah.
Watch here. Oh my gosh.
Concerned about the movement of millions of dollars among 3 companies associated with Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness. Andrea Chisholm has been reading the report and now joins us live. Andrea?
Well, Janella, the update comes as the long-awaited Integrity Commission report on the Prime Minister's statutory declarations was tabled Tuesday in the House of Representatives. Now, we must point out that the report is 171 pages, so we're still going through the details. Plus, there's a special report as well as an addendum and other details. Now, the report showed that the Integrity Commission was mainly focused on 3 companies associated with the Prime Minister. The 3 companies that form part of the Integrity Commission's probe are Estate Bridge Development Company Limited, Imperium Investments Holdings Limited, and Positive Media Solutions Limited. All 3 are linked to Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness. Due to the complexity of the matter, the Integrity Commission hired an independent forensic examiner to assess the financial transactions between the 3 companies and determine the true value of the investments. The authorities looked at bank statements involving the 3 companies. Those bank accounts were held at 3 financial institutions: the National Commercial Bank NCB, NCB Capital Markets, and Barita. Now, intercompany deposits among the 3 companies linked to the Prime Minister totaled roughly $473.2 million. Intercompany withdrawals amounted to roughly $427.2 million. That's for the period 2020 to June 2023. The Integrity Commission said records submitted for Imperium and the explanations from Dr. Holness do not fully account for the transactions. In addition, financial statements and other documentation from Imperium do not account for the movement of over $72 million from Positive Media to Imperium. Likewise, the management accounts of Positive Media and other documentation submitted to the Commission do not account for the amounts advanced to Imperium. Now, there's also an interesting development with the tax authorities. Tax Administration Jamaica indicated that Imperium filed a nil tax return for 2021 and 2022, meaning the business did not declare any income or expenses on the form. However, Imperium earned over $5.1 million in 2021 and over $6.5 million in 2022 in dividend, exchange gains, interest, and other income. Expenses for Imperium in 2021 were roughly $9.8 million and for 2022 roughly $9.5 million. Estate Bridge also filed a nil tax return for 2021. However, interest income was over $1 million. The Integrity Commission is therefore urging Parliament to support the matter being referred to the Financial Investigations Division FID. The Commission says there can be no finality in the matter until the FID has completed its work.
Guys, them say the leptospirosis cases are climbing in Jamaica right now, and them say 2 people has lost their life already. So guys, me I beg you just be careful.
Okay, so on behalf of Grace Hamilton Foundation, I'm gonna give you 1 truckload that can build back this house. It have over 1,000 blocks. It have cement. It have steel. It have plyboard. It have zinc. It have nail. It have everything to give you a fresh start to build up this whole structure all over again. Oh my God.
Ronnie, you can't say it and swear if you whip on the hill enough.
Yeah, man. Make sure try. Make sure let it out, man. Yeah, man. Make sure let it out if you want, man. Thank you. Yeah, man. You're welcome. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Oh, God. The seal. Oh, God. Thank you, Jesus. Lord. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Oh God, this man is all Jesus. It's all Jesus. Oh God.
Suffering right now in Jamaica because of your religion. So anything you guys can do to help if even for putting a word of prayer. And people dying down there and people are feeling. So we have to give thanks. We are among the privileged and the blessed ones to be here and be safe. But never forget, Jamaica. Bring him up. Bring him up. Tell me how the youth is survive.
If we don't make money, politicians up on TV.
I'm showing this big is mine. And your commanders right now in Jamaica are suffering under this hurricane. If you know your mother life and you know call on you on that side.
Yo, mama. No, so you're right though. Call me. Here. Call you. I need up. Can't reach out to blood clot. No WhatsApp, nothing. Mama, mama. Mama, 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 mama. My mother. My mother. Mama, 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 mama. True. Yo. I think my birthday thing.
Jamaica, we support, we stand up with you, and we're gonna make it. When I say Jamaica, you say strong. Jamaica! Jamaica! The people, without no further ado, a product of Jamaica, 13 years in prison, now the king has risen. And that's how the Ghana king. I'm talking about the king of dancehall. Everybody lights in the air. Live on the lights. I need the lights in the air. If you love Jamaica, put your hands in the sky. Let's go. Keep